Thank you very much there, Nomad and Blitz. And indeed, unfortunate circumstances, but as Blitz was saying, Ari, if you get in a stand, it's a pretty good one to have. You know, coming over from NAVI, had obviously a great run at this tournament. And yeah, he'll be slotting in here today with Liquid in place of Insania. So let's see how it goes for him.
Yeah, it looks like they're making sure to keep him comfortable. He is being allowed to play in his normal role, in the post-4 role, where it looks like Boxy will take the safe lane. You know, let's see if him and the boys can make it happen for Insania, who, yeah, like Blitz said, should be okay.
Let's have a look. So with these lane setups overall, what do you make of this? We're getting this situation where Liquid, they've found the opportunity to come in with this last pick Medusa.
Yeah.
How much do BetBoom care about that?
They should care quite a bit. They don't have the best draft to deal with the Medusa. I mean, they have two things going for them. They have one, they have tempo, which of course they have with, you've got DK, you've got Quap, you've got Rasa to take buildings, and also Nature's Prophet. And I would say later in the game, like if the game does drag up past the 35-40 minute mark, BetBoom have quite good kiting capabilities with like also the Quap, the DK, long fights, but the in-between period, Mickey might be a monster.
So look at Flame Break on the top. Katsuomi.
Nice pushback.
He's in trouble.
See ya.
That's first blood for Ari. Coming in hot here.
This is one of the lanes where if you're BetBoom, I don't know if you're too happy about it, like even without the first blood. Like Axe, Bad Rider, they're very happy in this lane. Sure, you've got the Bane, but I think that Battle Hunger just kind of makes the difference. And me, Bane, Nature's Prophet, like they just hit you a lot, you know? They don't pose like too much threat.
See how the lane goes down here. Miro, obviously on the off-lane Quap. We've seen him have some fantastic games on this. Can become this insane damage dealer.
Yeah.
And just an incredibly difficult target to kill. Obviously Liquid, they do have a few methods of lockdown. So chances of tripping Miro up in the early game if he plays too aggressive.
Yeah, they do have quite a couple of good lockdowns, right? Especially later when you get some Blink Daggers available. You've got the Axe Call, you've got the Lasso as well. So we'll also need to see if Katsuomi can get some good sleep saves off. A Saberlight, of course, with the double ring of protection. The kill that he was a part of earlier. He's got his Urn of Shadows already.
I'll be able to claim the Lotus for themselves.
I mean, Ari's already level 3, 2 levels in the Sticky Napalm. He can apply a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it right here, getting in under the tower. Katsuomi will hold him back with the Nightmare. At least give time for the stacks to reset on Pure.
We haven't talked too much about the mid lane yet, but DK is a very, very good hero against the Ember. Of course, you have quite a lot of physical stuff. You have minus armor. Your spells also are physical, which means, sure, you don't break the Flame Guard, but all your spells will go through it. Nice job by Boxy, dodging the Shadow Strike here.
Almost impossible for them to get kills down here on the safe lane unless Save makes some massive misstep. Well, they are going to try for him here. And the shards, but Mickey taking quite the hit from Miro.
Got stick.
Indeed, he's got 16 charges with that. Boxy will be able to chase on and get Save and deal with the charges up. Mickey's perfectly fine, so Save will actually end up getting caught out.
Well, very good stuff here in the safe lane by Liquid. You know, even with Boxy, this is not his normal lane, but I will say ever since Liquid had Jarex around the Singapore Major, I feel like he did something to Boxy. I don't know what it was, some special 1v1 training, but Boxy, he's literally been the standout post-4 player for me ever since then.
Showing off that flexibility here.
They are struggling down here. Like Miro, a lot of the time we see this Quap, she dominates the lane. I mean, even now it's going okay, but you're low on the resources.
Yeah, and Mickey's not been slowed down in farm, getting just as much out of the lane as Miro.
Gonna have to see what GPK can do here for BetBoom in this early game, as the other two lanes aren't going too hot. Ari stacking up the stickies onto Pure.
With a good flame break, but Katsuomi ready to make sure that Saberlight can't close in for the further catch. Saberlight, top of the CS right now. Getting a complete free farm on this off-lane Axe so far with the lane set up.
They are slowly building up the pressure, like even in top lane. Pure doesn't have too much regen left. Like I was saying, GPK, I've got my eyes on him. He's winning the mid matchup as he should, racking up those denies. Will have his Elder Dragon form soon as well. And this Siege Cube is alive. So let's see how BetBoom want to kind of abuse this early tempo.
Top lane again. And Pure, he's gone off for the TP back.
Drag him out.
Catch him indeed on the edge of the Berserker's call. Katsuomi, he will fall. Ari under the tower though.
Uh-oh,
should
Pure?
die in return. And Sableye actually
Should be
finish
okay.
up Pure, he can't. So Pure able to go for that quick reset, gets out, gets straight back in. Sure, loses Katsuomi, but is able to make sure he gets Ari in return.
Still a little bit annoying for him because Pure, of course, to come back so quickly, had to TP back home and then TP back to base. So it's gonna need some resources.
On the mid. Got the Hex in a shackle. If they got enough damage, though, they don't. Boxy's in with a TP ready to turn, straight in with the snowball on a save. They're gonna have Ari coming across as well. Nisha's got to be careful. He's getting very, very low. Will survive as he gets away from the two of them. GPK, Dragon Tail down on towards Boxy. So finding the trade there. Nisha will be able to refuel a little bit. Bounty rune, but still, yeah, this mid lane, GPK keeping that pressure on despite Liquid trying to turn up and slow him down.
Couple of killing trades, but of course, I mean, GPK losing half his HP on this first siege wave, it does matter quite a bit for Liquid. It's definitely a benefit for them because DK at this point, GPK would like to get, what, like 40 to 50% out of this tower, but Dragon Form soon gone. Siege Creep did also die, so this is honestly quite a big deal for Liquid.
Nisha able to get back into the lane. Clean up the creeps as GPK's push comes to an end. And bottom. Okay. Been left on his own now, but seems to do pretty fine with that. Has the mangoes, 1 charges, so...
Yeah, he's doing fine. I will say Medusa is not what she once used to be. It's a lot easier to cut through this hero's mana pool nowadays. Pure, once again in a bit of trouble. Safe with a quick TP.
Yeah, TP's coming in.
Wrath of Nature.
And they're going to be able to catch Sableye underneath the tower, so very dead on the axe. Pure, caught by the flame break of the Firefly, so Ari able to kill off the carry in return. So, unfortunate for Sableye, but not bad for Ari. It's going to give him level 6 now on the bat.
This is a very good Bad Rider game. Sure, apart, like you need to get either instant hexed or like gripped by the BetBoom support. So when it comes to the core matchups, you've got some very good ones. Oh, BetBoom here though, on the second form, will be able to claim the tier 1 tower.
That's so much damage. Having the backup of both supports here, GPK. And as you can see, Nisha knows he's not going to try and stop this one. Can't. Has to let the tower go.
Oh, BetBoom definitely set up for an advantageous early game now. Even with this pressure that's happening onto Pure. Will he get out of this? He will.
It's out with the TP, and yeah, they'll just have to sort of leave this area free, so Liquid will be able to put the pressure onto the tier 1 top. GPK after that tower, he's halfway on the goal for the Blink Dagger. It's going to start heading up towards the top lane. Looks like they want to try and push Liquid out of here. See if they can set up for a fight. Wards down there, so Liquid, they've got a good information. Pure gets the Sprout into the Hex, but they can't quite get in range for the Shackle. Mira TP's over. Jumps in aggressively, but the snowball comes in clutch here. Boxy with the dodge. They've now got the call in onto Miro. Sableye getting burst down low, though. They'll kill off the axe. Lasso's there to lock Miro down. Ari ensuring that they get the trade between the offlaners. BetBoom, can they finish off Ari with the Firefly up? Ari is away. Out with the TP. So Ari again making sure that Liquid don't come out of that empty-handed, guaranteeing them that off-lane trade.
It's a very nice getaway. As BetBoom, yeah, they do try to come for the defense, but kind of costly. You bring over Miero, really clutch snowball save, like that Sonic Wave did not do a lot. And this is important for Liquid, because their heroes are all kind of... They don't really help each other. They need to make work with their supports and make space for the other ones. As Nisha, of course, had a rough time in the mid lane against GPK.
Now back to the top lane here for Sableye, but Katsuomi. It's got the setup. See if anyone's going to come in and help out, or if they can. They've got the Sprout to Sableye. It's pretty beefy with the chainmail. So it's taking them a bit of time to go from under the tower, and indeed a bit of time too long. TP now comes in from Nisha. That's going to be saved dead, dunked down by Sableye. And Boxy, he's going to try and change more. Ari gets a good knockback with the flame break. I mean, that was a...
That's just easy. That
yeah, they can't go for that sort of kill. That was never going to happen. It took them way too long to try and kill the axe. And it just ends up with the axe dunking the both of them.
You could BetBoom they started second guessing themselves a little bit.
Yeah, you could tell.
You either need to full commit to get the kill and then you trade 1 for 1, or you poke and get out earlier. But yeah, Liquid, they'll gladly take those. Double dunk.
Let's see if they can punish them back here as the TP comes in for GPK. Sableye trying to get the call up, but the Hex is there from Save. This time, Liquid, they're the ones that push their luck too far. Mass TPs coming in from BetBoom as they clean up both Saberlight and Boxy.
Oh, big. Honestly, quite a big deaths. You had both supports struggling on BetBoom, but now with these kills, Kataomi squeezes in his ult. Save gets a bit closer to his Serpent Wards.
Now both teams just pushing it a little too far. First game of the day, you know.
Yeah, just a little time to wake up. This will be the safe lane tier 1, so BetBoom, of course, trying to play the tempo of their draft with the DK.
They're coming in with CPs. I mean, Saberlight's got the blade mail done.
Maybe not quite, but in the meantime, you also have Miaro down bottom. He was able to force out Mickey in the 1v1, and he's got the siege creep available. Sure, so you hold your offlane tower, but you will be giving away your safe lane tier 1. And BetBoom, they need this. They need the space on the map, open it up for the GPK Blink Dagger, and try to pace into this Medusa lineup.
Yeah, finding Mickey would be pretty huge. So if they catch him farming here towards the bottom, they're very close, BetBoom.
He's gotta be careful. First of all, there's no stone gaze on him. And second of all, a grip against the Medusa, it's no joke. Long duration, you've got the mana drain as well.
Looks like Mickey will avoid the move up top. They've got their eyes on Pure under the tower. Straight at him they go. Is there going to be any backup coming in? Even if there is, it's not going to be here soon enough. Another dunk for Saberlight as Liquid take the tower.
Oh, good moves from Liquid. I was a little surprised that, like, usually when you have Prophet, you are not the guy that is gonna bait in the tier 1. Because it looked like maybe they want to counterplay, but, you know, you're not some Lifestealer, Gyrocopter that's tanky, so Pure will have to give his life. GPK with the Dragon form.
There's the jump. Ari.
Looking for a snowball.
I mean, it's going to come in to save him from
Onto
the creeps. Ari, he will still dive. Pure's able to get the final right click in. See Boxy go for the TP out. Saves closing in. GPK's ready with the blink as well. Back in with the Dragon Tail. Sets up for Pure to clear up both of them.
Well, that was nearly clutch as hell from Boxy, but BetBoom get themselves 2 kills on all of this.
I mean, Nisha and Saberlight, maybe seeing if they can do something on the backlines, but would be very risky.
Yeah,
with 2 heroes down on Liquid.
It's not easy. It's not like Liquid don't have any vision in their triangle where BetBoom are gonna go with some of the heroes. You do have 2 blade mills available, but no real good catch. Saberlight, of course, still has to work on the blink. Because at this point, it's BetBoom that can kind of like tempo up and control the map, since they are the ones with the early blink dagger.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it with their movements, BetBoom. They will certainly be doing as much as they can to take as much as they can around each of these Elder Dragon form timings from GPK.
He's closing in on the Manta. I mean, it is a good Medusa game, but I will say, like, BetBoom's heroes, it's not like they just auto-lose later on when it, you know, comes down to it.
For sure, yeah. This DK, this Nature's Prophet, I mean, we've seen Pure with his incredible skate, and yeah, I mean, all 3 of them, right? All 3 of these heroes get pretty ridiculous as the game goes on. Because the sort of the cap on their potential is incredibly high.
Yeah. And Medusa can struggle in like some longer, dragged-out fights against mobile heroes. Yeah. DK and Queen, they've got quite a lot of mobility later.
Absolutely.
With some Hurricane Pikes, you've got the Blinks, got some Blade Mails going around too, so...
No, I think, yeah, I'd agree. The later this goes, you know, BetBoom, they've definitely got a lot of different sort of strong timings to work towards. They can try for this early one, taking over the map, but they've got a pretty good backup plan to fall onto with their lineup, whereas Liquid... Yeah, so much is going to be resting on the shoulders of how Mickey's able to carry this on the Medusa with the farm that he'll get.
Absolutely. As they're moving towards top, they will find Ari once more. Should be going down.
We've got the blink now on Saberlight, so can get a bit more proactive looking for the plays with the supports. And the Axe back up. It's got a good few dunks so far.
Yep, Saberlight definitely having a good game. I mean, so they're pretty good when it comes to picking off now, of course, Liquid with the Bat and the Axe. They do have a bit of overlap. They're like kind of single target. They jump one guy. I mean, Axe, of course, can jump more than one, but we'll have to see how Liquid get through the next couple of minutes. They are eyeing Kataomi in this mid lane. They're going for a smoke.
See if they can catch BetBoom with this Blink Dagger reveal.
Well, Liquid have two plays. You either smoke mid on the siege creep onto Kataomi, or you try to go into your own safe lane.
And Kataomi, of course, wouldn't be the biggest of kills. Liquid not looking like BetBoom's going to be giving them anything here.
You will get an amplified damage rune, so it should be allowing them to take this mid tier 1 tower. They do hold it over for Nisha's bottle.
So I get the tower, but not going to get any kills out of this. BetBoom doing a good job of avoiding this sort of move, not getting caught out whatsoever, BetBoom, in those moments.
You see, BetBoom now see Mickey. He did TP into the top lane.
Now Kataomi might have just found BetBoom themselves a grab. Gets the setup here. We'll see the lasso come in. It's going to trap up Pure into the
Good
call.
call.
Oh, there we go. Saberlight's in there. Take out Pure immediately. There's the dunk as well on a save. Oh, it was all a trap in from Liquid. But Camiro and GPK clearing up with a sonic wave like that. They'll come very close to getting kills themselves here. Saberlight, he'll haul. Miro, can he get away from Nisha? He's able to just turn and kill him. He gets the triple, it gets out. I mean, it looked for a moment then that fight that is like, okay, Liquid's got a plan. But then the Queen of Pain turns up, and they didn't have a plan for that one, Kezu.
And Queen of Pain is a hell of a hero in this meta right now. It's like just with Blade Mail, Bondage, throwing out some of the spells. Yeah, Miro, he definitely came in as the saving grace in this fight.
He really did.
Mickey TP'd out, but BetBoom kind of get to turn it around later on.
Because for Liquid, you know, they kind of catch Pure at the start of the fight, kill the carry very quickly. You know, you can certainly see where they're like, all right, we've got this, let's keep going. But then the Queen of Pain, Miro, definitely had the final word in that fight. As you see at the start here, it's like, all right, Liquid's ready to go. They get this jump onto Pure. He's very dead. Save's very dead as well. Let's straight over to the Bane. But here comes the Queen of Pain. Miro in with the Scream, sets up for the Sonic Wave onto the two of them. And then at this point, Liquid's like, can we actually kill this Quap? You know, Saberlight tries, does he get the dunk off because he dies too quickly?
A Blade Mail is so
he can't even get it either. Miro gets the kills, gets out of there.
Blade Mail is such a fun pick because Saberlight couldn't dunk. His dunk dealt damage, which then kind of killed him off of the Blade Mail return as well. What an item. We've got Mickey, of course. He's working onto Discati. There's still quite a bit away as the item is very expensive.
Now Liquid, when they go for that next move, they are definitely going to have the Queen of Pain constantly in the back of their minds. They have to be ready to deal with Miro coming into the fight.
And GPK, he's level 14. He's got a Hurricane Pike available, he's got attack range and a Brigand's Blade. Can't really ask for much more when it comes to the DK's game at the moment.
Yep, really good timings here with the pushes. Everything going to plan so far for GPK. Liquid. They want to try and look for something around the mid. See if they can deal with Miro a little better this time. They'll see him blink back under the tower. I mean, if they can catch him alone, if Saberlight can get the call on him, it would be pretty huge. They're going to look for the jump in the mid instead. They'll just grab Kataomi. Nisha ready to try and scout out the back line. Saberlight closes in. Sprout from Pure will block him off. Nisha wants to keep the chase going. Save. Should be in trouble. BetBoom, they'll just let the two supports die. They'll get the cores out.
No dunk. But yeah, you do get the two supports, as Ari finds a good grab off of this mid lane ward, which has been placed just not even too long ago by Ari himself. Pure going for some aggressive farming in the meantime.
Now looking towards the BKB next for both him and GPK. Saberlight's got his eyes on Miro top. Can they do something about this quad? And try and make the jump. The blink out's there. Miro. The Blade Mail turns with the Sonic Wave. I mean, they're taking so much damage. They do get the call off onto Miro. But oh my God! The Nature's Wrath comes in. Saberlight and Ari die. Miro survives again. Oh, I mean, it's got to be getting a little bit frustrating here for Liquid. They're trying to go on the quad. They nearly have him.
I mean, they didn't have the dunk anymore. He's also got the Mystical for the magic resistance. He's got the Essence Ring. He gets to push him, and again, just a Blade Mail coming in.
And that just works out the best situation there for BetBoom. Miro doesn't die. Pure on the carry, he gets both the kills globally.
What a... I mean, you're so happy if you're Pure. You literally didn't even do anything.
You just pressed ult and easy double.
Press R, get like 1,000 gold injected to yourself.
Yep.
I'm quite happy about that one. And of course, they did get the Torm after it's all said and done.
I mean, what do you do? Is there some sort of like itemization we got coming in? Like, oh, see in the middle. Pure is going to get jumped. Look at the lasso. TP's coming in, but Pure is looking pretty dead.
It's a good grab. No, for Liquid, it's just they didn't have the dunk. I believe with Saberlight's dunk, you just die there on Miero. So it's kind of, you know, you go for a clutch play. Sometimes it comes around to bite you.
Yeah, let's have a look again at that attempt to try and kill this Queen of Pain. Miro, of course, getting the chance to get both the Blade Mail and Sonic Wave off at the start, gave him a very good edge. And, yeah, it would have been close. I think, do you think it would have been under the dunk threshold? And indeed, Zaro, it's like, that's a what can you do sort of situation. It's like, oh, well, we tried, we didn't get him, and the carry just got a double off us. What can you do?
What can you do? Sometimes you call it, you move on.
Yep.
Miro will end up leaving the top area for now. I mean, Mickey, of course, he's telling his team, guys, don't worry about it. He's got the Scotty, still having a very free game himself.
He is top of the net worth, looking for the butterfly next on his shopping list.
He's yet to die. And sure, you know, Quap is strong and all, but it also means it gives you like a stronger snake later for Mickey as well, if he wants to look to like tank through. Looking for the butterfly next, which means it's going to make it very hard for him to end up being killed by the Nature's and the DK.
And getting a chance to get the tier 2 themselves. I mean, this is, of course, because BetBoom, they've got their sights set on the Roshan, so they're kind of like, well, whatever, you can take that tower, we're going to go for the Rosh.
This is a big deal. Liquid, they should fight this one.
I mean, can they get her in time?
So they mass TP it into mid, they are smoking up.
Oh, they might be able to make it just in time. They'd have to be very quick with the jump if they want to interrupt it, though, because Roshan's falling quickly. They're trying to get the jump on the high grab, but saves there with a Hex. Immediately catches Saberlight, stops him from being able to enter into the pit. Liquid pushing back away at Miro, but the space is there for BetBoom to get the Roche, get the Aegis, picked up onto Pure. Mickey, Stone Gaze. They move forward, take down the Bane. They look towards Pure. He's able to slide his way out at the pit. Nisha with the Arcane Ring pumping, ready to try and chase some more. Chains are there. Lasso locks down Pure through the BKB. Miro comes in with a Sonic Wave onto the two of them. Pure still alive, finally falls. Miro this time caught by Saberlight. Gets the call off, kills the Quap. They kill Save. Now they're ready to look for Pure a second time. They've got the chains up to stop the TP out. Liquid, they don't get the roast, they don't get the Aegis, but they absolutely get the team fight clean up. Triple kill for Mickey.
Oh, absolutely big. I wonder how much this is done on like purpose, where Liquid, you go hit the top tier 2 tower, and BetBoom, they don't want to fight you, so their reaction will be to go Roche. But the moment you see nobody from BetBoom, they all TP into the mid tier 2 and immediately smoke to go for that fight. As BetBoom, this positioning for their draft against Liquid is absolutely not what you want.
Yeah, I mean, the start looks right? Because BetBoom, they were able to stop the initial effort from Saberlight to get in, right? Save gets the Hex onto him. But as we saw towards the end of the fight, Saberlight was able to sort of still play the fight in a way that he could still eventually get that call that's absolutely necessary onto Miro's Quap.
Yeah, and Boxy, he breaks the grip again, and GPK here on the corner, you'll see his Dragon Form. It's about to run out. It runs out right now. Sure, you still have the Aegis, but none of the Liquid heroes need to commit. Ari finds a great lasso.
Miro gets back in, but bam. Saberlight was waiting at the edge of the fight to see the Quap blink in, gets him with the Blink Blade Mail himself, and that's how they're able to punish it. And this time, you know, Liquid is their carry, getting the last hit on all these big kills. Mickey getting the triple off the back of that.
Oh, absolutely huge.
What's up?
Fine, Boxy.
He's got Mickey here to help. And Mickey's going to look for some kills himself. I mean, Boxy's still alive. He's going to survive and nearly gets the shard trap on, and GPK. GPK's got to run. He's getting slowed by the Battle Hunger. Punch up there from Boxy. Pure TP's in as well as Miro, trying to help out. They get the stun in onto Saberlight, but he gets the call and the Blade Mail off. Doesn't matter. Sonic Wave from Miro finishes him off. They use the Stone Gaze, so they continue to try and chase Pure and GPK, having to put the BK.
Ari's coming.
Ari, he's got the lasso onto Kataomi, so they catch themselves the second support. It's both the Bane and the Shaman are gone, and Nisha, he wants to try and chase on with the BKBs coming to an end. Pure TP's out in the trees. GPK will be able to continue to escape. Liquid striking back.
Boxy is so tanky. This is the best neutral item you can get on a Tusk at this stage. It's even unleashed, like he's got more armor, 39 damage block from all the incoming attacks. He was literally tanking through everything from like a near top net worth DK. Just gets to live, Liquid get enough time to move over and get themselves even more kills.
Now they're giving us a good close game here. 25 minutes in, 21-16. It's a 2K lead right now for BetBoom. Obviously, the net worth spread much different between the two teams. It's much more even between BetBoom's cores, whereas with Liquid, of course, we're going to see it be a bit more top-heavy on the Mickey Medusa.
I like the itemization from Miero. You kind of need this Ghost Scepter. Make sure you don't die in like a call or the chains. Get yourself away from this Medusa. He's going for the Aghanim Scepter next to get himself some scaling.
Butterfly done on Mickey. Now, next up, he's going to be looking for the damage item. Has the Daedalus queued up.
Well, Liquid have eyes on Kataomi with their own ward in the jungle.
Yep, it's got the chains. BetBoom, they will not want to move it on this. They let Kataomi go.
Not getting off the dunks just yet, but it's all right.
It's all right.
They're chilling. Take a deep breath. You got the dunks later, brother. I mean, yeah, Mickey, he can kind of charge.
Yeah, he's feeling strong now.
He is... I'm not going to call him unkillable, because if he's out of position, he can die, but with this fresh Butterfly, he's very hard to kill if his team is around.
Amira clearing out the wave bottom.
It's a BKB completed for Ari, so what is your counterplay? When he goes in with the Blink Lasso, you have to... You've got to grip him or just accept the fact that some guy is being dragged in.
And BetBoom, bit of a shake-up for them since that last rush. See itemization from Pure, wants to get the Mjolnir done, and then we'll be looking towards the Disperser. Oh no, sorry, wants to get the Diffusal.
Yep, Diffusal
so
first.
Has a little bit of mana burn here that obviously does make the difference when you're trying to outright click a Medusa.
And like we said before, Mickey is having a great game. It will continue to be this way, but BetBoom need to look at their scaling.
Or Kataomi.
Just finds good old Medusa.
Yeah,
that's not what you want to look at.
Another easy kill for Mickey. Got to be careful what you feed this Medusa.
Yep. Well, let's see how BetBoom want to go about this. The best thing you can do when you cannot fight the enemy team, of course, is to split up the map. Try to keep it as open as possible. So Miero will look to split some waves. You're going to have Pure that's going to continue to cut waves because, yeah, they are not ready to fight. You need to get closer to like an MKB, another round of items on GPK, and the Aghanims on Miero. And trust me, Liquid, they know this. They're going to play aggressive on the map, maybe even pick up a gem, have Ari and Saber like 5th for some kills, and Mickey takes the objectives.
And I like this build's big brain from Mickey, getting the Silver Edge online. That, of course, makes Miro very killable.
It really does.
You know what I mean? You take away that aspect of the bondage, and suddenly the Quap is essentially 20% less survivable than they were before, so the break's going to be pretty big if Mickey does want to get that Venge. He switched his options back now.
He thought that...
Yep. He's thinking between the two of them. I wouldn't be surprised if he still gets the Silver Edge after the Daedalus. The Daedalus is just going to help him kill everybody else.
No, Daedalus, of course, is quite good. Maybe he wants like the faster, higher damage output. They're looking for a kill, or they were at least thinking about it. I will say one of the things that Liquid can play for, and it's a very old combo also, is you lasso the guy into the Stone Gaze.
Yes.
During the lasso, of course, the guy will turn to stone, and that's a really hard one to play into if you're BetBoom.
Let's see, BetBoom. BetBoom, what's their next move now?
Let's have a look at some of their item timings. They should be looking to... So they got the Ags now on Miero.
Yep.
And Pure is... I mean, if he wants to finish the Diffusal...
I think you probably do just buy it up, right?
Yeah, he can buy it out right about now. Which kind of tells me that they are aiming to all-in the Medusa. That seems hard.
No, but this is the thing as well, because obviously because of that Butterfly in play, he does need the MKB, so it's a hard decision for him. Like, what is more valuable, having a bit of mana burn against the Medusa, or having the ability to have that true strike?
No, the MKB for sure. Absolutely MKB.
So you think even though he's got both queued up, you do want to get the MKB first?
I would say so. Like, even now, like, do you need to go for this Diffusal play and then try to all-in the Medusa?
It's got to be the MKB. I think you're right. He's just going to buy the MKB out those two first. So you get the jump, GPK.
Okay, Snowball. Saber is keeping behind.
Miro looks for Ari. He gets the BKB off. They've got the call at the moment on to save. They will lose the Tusk, but Boxy's in straight away with a buyback. And Miro will get the blink out only just, but the chase is there for Nisha. That's Miro gone. GPK's BKB has just come to an end. Saberlight closes in. He's able to get the call off. Midgate's bringing in the damage. GPK, he's very likely going down as well. There's no saving the Dragon Knight. He'll fall. Liquid taking the fights very nicely here. I mean, BetBoom, they're just not ready to kind of full commit. You know, we saw that Pure didn't really want to get involved, didn't want to try and fight yet. He's got this large amount of money, 3,800 gold, that he's yet to spend up.
Yeah, what are they talking about? Like, if they've been talking about, yo, guys, I need the few more hundred gold for the MKB, and his team was like, okay, boss, we're smoking right now, and we're going to kill this DOTA. That's not, I mean, Liquid, they will happily take this one.
Oh, they will. Up to the high ground for Liquid off the back of that misstep from BetBoom. It's just really all been sort of downhill from BetBoom since they got that Roshan and the Aegis, right?
Yeah.
Ever since that, Liquid's had their number. Now they're taking a barracks against them.
And Saberlight also had great positioning. He was able to TP on the outpost and come in from behind, swoop in on to save. He did miss the dunk, of course, so I think his dunk rate is quite sus this game, but luckily for him, seems like he doesn't need it.
And Pure close to being able to buy up the complete MKB. He's got it now. So has got the MKB. Now you'd imagine he's going to be like, right, guys, we can try and fight, but it's still not going to be easy.
Yeah, I will say, Mickey did drop to, like, what's 30% mana, like 20 to 30%. But the thing is, he's got a lot of backup. You've even, I mean, sure, it's a baby Lotus on Tusk, on Boxy, so he's going to be looking to pick those up too to save him, but there's a snowball save, you've got Lasso, you've got the Axe Call. A BetBoom shouldn't just have this one idea of burst the Medusa. It has to be good. You need to set it up right, and it can only be done if you also lock down the rest of Liquid.
Because I guess that's the thing as well. Sort of outside the damage from the Quap, everything else from BetBoom, it's incredibly single target, right?
Yeah.
The Shaman, the Bane, the DK, you'll go in on one hero. Whereas obviously with Liquid, you got the AoE of the Call and the Stone Gaze, and even the multi-hero chains coming in. So for these sort of grouped up team fights, it's much harder for BetBoom to take.
That's what GPK can do. He has got an amplify.
Saberlight's going to put the BKB, try and close in on them. Nisha's made the jump over towards the backlines. They will use the control as well to look to take down save. Saberlight gets the call onto Miro and Katomi. He'll get the Sonic Wave off Miro. That's Ari dead. Buyback coming in straight away for save. They want to put everything into this fight, BetBoom. As they found the chance to kill off Saberlight, they get the Hex as well onto Nisha. He'll get the Slider Fist and the Remnant away. Boxy will get left behind. BetBoom having to use both of the support buybacks for that fight.
Nisha.
They get the Shackles. Big kill at the end of it all there as they get Nisha on top of it. Roshan is up. So BetBoom, the support buybacks absolutely paying off there in the fact that they're able to secure those big kills at the end and turn this into a Roche potential. And this time, Liquid's not going to be around to mess with them after it.
Oh, that was absolutely huge for BetBoom. Yeah, like the biggest thing of this, yeah, you get the kills. Of course, that's great. But just making sure that you get the hands on this Aegis as opposed to Liquid, that's the biggest deal of that fight.
And I think a lot of focus was put in there from Liquid to sort of deal with Mira and such. It did give Pure the free position to get a lot of damage done in this fight as the Nature's Prophet.
And this is something you have to respect as Liquid. You do go quite deep here, and BetBoom, even though they don't really have the map control, they got to take their outpost, so they can just buy back, TP straight back in here, and it absolutely made the difference. Otherwise, Liquid could have been doing the same thing right now. But Ari and Saberlight, where are they going to TP to if they buy back?
Yeah, and just big stuff from Save, really. The initial control really helped them get that first kill, and then the fact that he was there with the chase down and had just the reach to lock Nisha down that once more. And then they get huge kills. A good swing back into the game there from BetBoom. Pure getting pumped up.
Yeah, it should be, because they absolutely did just get a huge fight back into this game. As Miaro, of course, getting to scale on the Quap. This, to me, the Queen of Pain is kind of the new Exodia. You get the Axe, you get some items that keep you alive, you get the 20 talent with the Screen of Pain damage. He did just unlock it off the back of the last fight also.
Mickey,
he does want the Silver Edge,
he's close about. It's going to be very big. You know, you've got to be able to break the bondage effect of the Quap somehow to give you that easy chance of actually killing her rather than this sort of sustain just popping off and pumping her up. So the Silver Edge, how far is he away from it? Just about, yeah, very close. Very close to having the Demon Edge of that one. So Mickey should be able to have that set up for the next fight. See if he's able to find the opportunities to be able to get in and get that hit in onto Miro.
I could also see like this idea of BetBoom where you just designate the supports to try and like screw with Mickey in the fight. Like sleep him, drop the Enfeeble on him, hex him, keep him shackled. Even you have to give your life. And just let your cores kill the rest. You can still just deal with the Medusa last. They're trying to pump up Mickey into his 25 talent. Try to get him ever so close to it. Going for a smoke.
going to see Pure farming the mid. Ari, he's going to get the lasso set up onto him. Save's going to try and come in and help out the Hex, but the Lotus was there in time, and now the call's in on a Pure. Pure's gone the once. That's the Aegis out. On the side, BetBoom, they'll try and look towards Nisha. Sonic Wave comes in with the Spider Fist dodge. It's there. The Fiend's Grip's locking Nisha down, but instantly gets put to a stop. Nisha's going to be fine. Save will fall, and BetBoom, they've got to run. GPK gets out with the blink in time, but Boxy's hot in the chase. In up to the high ground with the punch of the shards, but Pure's ready and waiting for him. They turn, take Boxy out. Miro starting to play around Sableye. BetBoom may be considering if they can push back in for the fight themselves. Miro jumping in, he gets caught by the break, but the BKB's there. Miro trying to hold his own. Miro's going to live. He'll get out. Mickey to fall. BetBoom, they weave themselves perfectly back into the fight, and they take the victory on this one.
Oh, they're getting really strong. Yeah, I'm not surprised they're starting to tip Miro. He's doing so much.
Yeah, I imagine he was the one sort of making the call in that situation. Like, guys, we can get back in on this.
Yeah, it's just fight after fight.
Liquid.
He keeps getting out so much damage. Blade Mail, Ghost Scepter. He's got the BKB as well. I mean, it looked great for Liquid. If there's no Aegis on BetBoom, they just straight up cannot fight.
It's going to be a big push coming in now from BetBoom potentially on the lanes, because there's no mid-K for a minute.
And I think we're getting to the stage where BetBoom's Tricore is really getting the scale up.
It's a lot for Liquid to deal with.
Even against the top net worth Medusa, like GPK, level 24, he's closing in on the 25, he's gonna get the Ags. We've already seen what Miro has been able to do.
We saw that in the last fight. They did get the break hit off, but the BKB was there ready before the call came in, so they didn't sort of have that overlap that was necessary to be able to kill Miro. He survives, ends up dishing out again. Insane damage as the Quap. Boxy, he's got his eyes on Miro. He's going to try and set something up.
Call.
Nice jump from Ari. Pure's coming in though to help out. Doesn't matter. This time Miro's dead. Pure. He's got backup coming in. Safe. Look for the Hex on Anisha, but Anisha's able to jump away. Boxy also on the retreat. GPK trying to continue with the lockdown, but Liquid, they're able to back off. Now is it Liquid's turn to get back in. There's no fear at the Quap. With Miro out for 80 seconds, Ari very low. He jumps in and dies. Sableye's got to be careful as well as he falls incredibly low. BK moving in with the break hit, but the BKB's there from GPK. Katomi caught by the snowball. They get the kill, but same to be said for Pure. Able to turn, take down a second for himself. 2 for 2. Both carries getting themselves some action out of that.
Katomi got the good old Medusa shard treatment.
Oh, with the grip, immediately getting the snake flying at you. And
that's stoning your ass.
Yeah.
That's
the awkward thing really about the Bane, because if it wasn't for that shard, Bane would be kind of good against Medusa. Yeah. But with that shard in play, yeah, you got to be pretty sure that the cold-blooded is on cooldown, because you go for the grip and get stopped within a second.
He has to kind of force out the CD first.
Yes.
I mean, Liquid, they still have these wards from earlier.
He's going to get the opening on to save, and he'll get the immediate stone gaze off to make sure that GPK can't have a go on towards it. Save's going to be able to force away, though. They didn't quite have Sableye behind, so I couldn't get any further lockdown.
Holy zoomer fingers on that stone gaze.
Yeah, that was instantly.
Like, what the hell?
He went for the break straight away. He knew there was a chance that anyone was going to jump him. Stone gaze was ready.
As he's looking for the Swift Blink next. Needs to continue to be mobile. Let's see, 4K lead for BetBoom still. Roshan not too close yet. So we might have both teams, try to take over the map a bit, put themselves in position for later. 25 talent for Pure, so he can be wherever he wants at any time.
And BetBoom.
4 Gale Guards on Liquid. They just really want to try to stay alive throughout all this random poke that you've got going on. Boxy still holding on to the poor man's shield. I mean, so much tankiness, it's crazy.
Yeah. I got to note as well, obviously Miro with the beautiful one as the Quap has the Pyrrhic Cloak. Can never sort of understate how ridiculous that reflected damage can end up being.
Yeah, especially against Medusa. You can't really control it. I mean,
someone's going to die. You put the cloak on someone on Liquid, if you're getting hit, they're probably going to end up dead.
Boxy at least. I mean, he doesn't want to get rid of his armor on his neutral item for now, so he's going to hold on to it.
GPK's in.
Shield rune.
Oh, he's able to grab it for himself, and he gets the opening Dragon Tail onto Mickey. They've got the control of the Hex into the shackles, the Sonic Wave as well. Sableye is dead, and he doesn't have buyback to enter into this fight. Liquid, can they hold their own 4 versus 5? They're starting to back away. Mickey looks over towards the Bane, but the Outworld South there in the grip, but again, this cold-blooded snake, bounces over, instantly puts a stop to the grip. It might not matter though, because GPK is in with the BKB, bringing in the damage. Mickey out of mana. He can't survive through this one. Mickey to fall. Pure looking towards Nisha. Nisha's going to try for the TP out, but the Dragon Tail's there. BetBoom will take down the 4 of them.
Uh-oh, and they're not done yet. They can start pushing over.
Yeah,
Pure,
they got a big push ready to come in.
Yeah, he's got no CD on the TP. He can just keep going back and forth on the Natures, join his team here.
And BetBoom just starting that fight the perfect way, right? Getting Saberlight out of the equation, and then able to focus a lot of damage onto Mickey. Like, his mana pool disappeared pretty quickly in that fight.
Yeah, it kind of just died to collateral. Same with Ari. He blinks in to try and save Saberlight, but there's a Sonic Wave coming out. You've got Brief Fire coming through. Snakes are already out. This is a... They're going to be threatening at least 2 sides of Rax.
Yeah,
maybe the tier 4s.
Full
Mickey has no buy.
Yeah, full minute without the carry here on Liquid.
What can Liquid do here? Do you have anything fancy? Nisha has buyback. Ari wants to do something to Pure, but he would need buybacks in order to do anything here. Oh, Pure's buying out the full disperser for this fight also.
That's, yeah. If they get in position to get the hits in onto Mickey with the MKB and the disperser, yeah, it's not easy for the Medusa to stand in position and fight back. Pure absolutely has the damage to deal with him. GPK starting to poke onto the tier 4s. 20 seconds until they're both back up. I'll see them get the lasso on Amiro. Is it going to be into anything else though? Saberlight has been caught again. They get the Hex into Shackle. He's out again. Still does not have buyback available. He's short on the money. So this defense is going to have to be done by Liquid without their axe. The tier 4s are melting. Can they hold 4 versus 5? The Ancient is dying so quickly. Liquid are going to try and throw bodies in at them to take BetBoom's attention away from the Ancient. They catch Katomi. Katomi will live for now with the Outworld Star. Still dies though. The Serpent Walker, they're ending the game. GPK is ready to get out of this one. They look for the Ancient and find it. BetBoom closing up this game 1. Thank you very much there, Nomad and Blitzers. Indeed, here we are, game 2 time, ladies and gentlemen, between Team Liquid and BetBoom. And yeah, maybe just needed that one game to get through. And indeed, yeah, Blitz was very much correct. We did have some good back and forth in that game 1. Just ultimately, BetBoom able to find that chance to just close it up, run down the mid. So let's see if we get some more back and forth here. See if Liquid's able to give a bit of a better shot. As it starts though, bounty runes will be 3 of them going the way of BetBoom to start things off.
Yeah, so slight favor, of course, for them. Liquid did get themselves the hands on like all of the heroes that they kind of love, right? The fast pace, you go together, you make stuff happen. So we'll have to see how it goes for them, because I will say that BetBoom, they kind of have the heroes that I would want if I had to play against Liquid. You know, you've got the Lifestealer against Dawnbreaker has been their answer in a lot of the games. You've got the Warlock as well that's going to drop down all of the stuff, and you've got the Teamfight. But most importantly, one of my favorite heroes, and Miero has been having good performances on it, the Darkseer. Against the TA, against the Pango, very good Crimson game. I think BetBoom was set up for a good game.
Yeah, sure, and especially with this bottom lane setup, right? It's very aggressive. You know, having the Marcy with you, you're going to find these opportunities to dispose people back into these double Iron Shelled targets. A lot of damage is going to be kicked out from BetBoom in the lane. Level 1, though, we're going to see Liquid go aggressive onto the 2 of them. Might just be able to find that first one. Okay, the Fairy Fire's there, so safe will be fine, but see Liquid punching at BetBoom very hard on the level 1, making sure that they're left in not too strong of a shape to fight on once they do hit the level 2.
I'm a very big fan of this lane swap. We saw this yesterday with Spirit as well, where they swapped their supports back and forth.
Yep.
First of all, you put Tusk with the Dawn against the Warlock, super good. But secondary also, TA Shaman against a Marcy Darkseer lane. I'm really looking at Liquid to have a good time in their side lanes. Sure, Lifestealer is good against Dawn in the game, but when it comes to the laning stage, you highly out-CS him, especially with how your new innate works, where you have a lot of damage the earlier you are in the daytime. Ari, he's just 1v2.
He did a pretty good job of just right-clicking them back.
He got flip-flop back into them.
Does get dragged into the tower, so may have got a little too close that time. With the shackles. It's still going to be him going down the first. Will mean that Mickey gets a kill in return. It's going to take quite a bit of damage, though, from the tower hit and the shell. So, we'll be left pretty low. Same time up top, TP out in time there on the Tusk here for Boxy to get out. But getting the first blood there. Got to be careful. Close those towers and... No, even though once it's strong for Liquid, I do feel, but with the Marcy, you can never underestimate the chance for sort of BetBoom to just turn the play around, get on top of you. and get the kill themselves.
You really can't, and this matters a lot. Like Miero in this lane, the faster he gets to the Vanguard against these two range heroes, he'll be A-okay. He also got a lot of solo XP.
Yep.
And we've seen the Marcy lanes. You double shell, you pick your brother up, you get on top of the enemy. It's very hard for them to deal with.
Oh!
A little flip back into the tower.
Let's got the refraction up and creeps in under the tower. CS so far looking fine here for Mikke. Each time I think you get the shells out to two of them, especially then now that the level 3's there. It's a lot of damage. Shackles are there to hold at least back the one of them. So Mikke's going to be fine. Maybe now see if they can turn their attention back over to ward save. Still with the iron shells, it's ticking them down pretty quickly. Mikke and Ari trying to survive through this. They'll turn, get the kill on a save with the melt hit. Refraction's back up, but Mikke has to run.
Shell on the creep.
Ari.
Oh, he got blocked. Foul play.
Miro, can he get the punch in? He can't. And now, and turn back over towards Miro. I mean, this lane is, they're both living on the edge here. Both teams could lose heroes quite easily. Same time up top, Boxy was able to get in on top of Katsuomi.
Yep, there's some, this bottom stuff is not over.
It's indeed. Mikke could still be in trouble here. The shells on the creeps. Miro coming in with a dive. Mikke,
chicken fingers.
He's got a few one charges and he's fast enough to stay out of range of Miro. They'll turn their efforts over towards Ari. Get themselves the easier kill. Still, this is going to be waves pushing in under the tower. And Mikke, he's getting held back from the farm.
Which means a lot of creeps going to die under Mikke's tower here that he cannot get any gold or experience from, which of course is a little bit sad. But there was a lot of high skill stuff going on, like Ari keeping away safe from Mikke to keep him alive. But all these windows of opportunity that Liquid have, I think they're kind of closing. Look at Miro's game. After this creep wave is dead, he's going to have a full Vanguard.
Yeah, he could just get in there with a shell on him and cause a lot of problems.
Pure?
Top lane, Pure's going to get taken out. Boxy and Saberlight.
Very nice stuff.
Able to push him out of the lane for now. Not an easy kill to get, but one they're able to find there. You know, so far Pure's having pretty much free farm up there, 22-9 on the CS. Liquid take him down.
It's good stuff. You need the early 6 on your Donald.
So Mikke,
flip back.
He's going to try and go aggressive on to save. It's good burst damage here with the meld. They're able to take down one of them. Miro obviously a much tougher kill. But this is probably sort of Liquid's best play, right? When they see the two of them, just go all in on save, so you eliminate the Marcy from the combo that BetBoom's trying to use against you. Because you can just, as we saw there, just kill this Marcy pretty quickly.
Yeah, like he doesn't have too much getaway. Of course, he kind of needs to pick me up to even get Miero in there. So Liquid getting a lot out of their bottom lane. With the, well, both of the cores in the bot lane are kind of enjoying themselves. Both Miero and Mikke with absolute free farm.
Saberland Boxy. Ready to team up for some more action, bringing over Ari as well. So if he can get the opening onto Pure is probably going to be aware that something's up now. So unlikely to be able to get the grab anymore onto him. He'll be fine. Safe under the tower.
It's good stuff from Liquid, because if you do get on the lifestealer with anything, of course Warlock can't do anything about it, so they could have gotten a kill.
I mean, they want to look over towards the mid now. 6 minutes coming up. Liquid wanting to make sure they can maintain the rune control for Nisha. And with both supports here, and it's going to be enough to sort of block GPK from being able to get over and get the power in himself.
Yeah, Nisha's quite far ahead in this mid lane. More than half a level on GPK, so doing very, very well. Will get himself the Arcane Rune.
Of course, whilst these support movements are coming in from Liquid, Mikke does have to play very careful on the bottom lane, as he has been left alone for now. Supports of Liquid still focused on trying to see if they can catch out Pure. Can Ari get the opener? He can't. Pure continues to hold the line. Say that. All right, he steps up. The Shackles is going to be there. Pure is going to get caught by the Hex as well. Now the Rage will come out. TP's coming in as well, but Pure's dead. See if they can at least get something in return here, BetBoom. Saberlight under the tower will fall. The bonds linking the three of them. Sets up for Boxy to get cleaned up. They'll look to dive on forward to try and find Ari. Nisha's here considering if he wants to enter into the fight, but there's no fight to be had here for Liquid. Nisha has to hold back. 3 dead on Liquid. GPK coming in with a clutch rotation, and if anything, sure, Pure dies, but I guess at the end of the day, it was a bit of a bait. They were like, Pure, you might have to die for this, but we're going to clean up big time.
Katsuomi.
Oh, swashbuckle in time. Nisha able to stop Katsuomi from getting the wisdom. So Liquid at least able to find a kill here, and are able to protect their wisdom.
some players are so greedy. Like off of that, Kataomi got 3 charges on the Grimoire, and he's like, that shit ain't enough. I'm gonna go steal the next thing on the top lane as well. As yeah, Miero did get the kill with the shell earlier, so he's been very happy about this. Let's see, Team Liquid, you've got the roll available, as Nisha wasn't really able to connect it anywhere, but that means you have it on the 8-minute rune, and you will also have the Solar Guardian available for Liquid. So
That's
wherever they go, it is really hard for BetBoom to fight into it.
I mean, BetBoom's coming in with the TPs. They want to contest this 8-minute power rune.
Oh, they want to bait it out with the Golem.
Look at the opening Hex. Golem's going to get dropped here. Puts a stop momentarily to Nisha. The Solar Guardian comes in from Saberlight. They're locking down GPK, but he's finally able to jump out with the Remnants. Shards trapping Kataomi. Not going to be able to bring themselves in there, though. Saberlight has to back away. Can't pull in aggressively with a hammer. So BetBoom survive through the efforts there of Liquid. Same to be said for Liquid. That is the Golem dropped, and Liquid won't lose anyone.
Yeah, definitely means that Liquid will have their spells available a little bit faster. As of course, Golem cooldown is quite high. Let's see if BetBoom get to put some tower damage up here.
There comes the push with the Golem. Liquid, what have they got to stop this, Ari? It's caught by the chains. Save straight in on top of them with the rebound. Boxy watching from the side, frozen a shard, but cannot stop them from killing the Shaman off. And now GPK is ready to look for more. Heads over to Boxy. Boxy tries to snowball away over towards the mid creep wave. It's taking a lot of damage there from the bonds as the creep wave gets cleaned up. GPK and Save still trying to chase, but Boxy should be fine this time round. Anything just drawing their attention back off the tower. BetBoom, they'll get back on with the push, but the Golem does come to an end, so if anything, Liquid there with that poke and play, they lose Ari, but they do manage to limit the amount of damage that BetBoom were able to do to the tier 1 mid.
Yeah, they're very happy with that. Sure, you give away the life of Ari, but your tower lost like a couple hundred HP to the first Golem of the game. It's very good for them. I wonder if Liquid will ever look to play towards their own safe lane. Like TA is, first of all, really hard to kick out, but it's also really easy to play through her with all of the traps that she will have in the lane.
Yeah, I guess for now, Mickey is chilling. Yeah. And in terms of sort of finding opportunities to go aggressive like that, it's only really Mira that sometimes shows his face, and he's a hard one to get, even if they do get that slow off with the traps, with them having the surge at the ready. Saberlight, back up to the top. Build-wise for him, probably going to get this Vlad's into the Aghanims.
Look at Pure, invading the enemy triangle, wants to get into the Ancient Creep, help on the 10-minute rune plus the mid-fight.
There's an amplified damage rune. See Solar Guardian come in again. They've got the lockdown on towards Save. Now they turn their attention over towards GPK, but they haven't got enough to kill him. Wall's going to get dropped down, but they're already out of there. Only gets the illusion on Tanisha. Pure able to move in, take down Boxy. And good fatal bonds here onto the two of them. Chains as well from GPK. Nisha, he's got the swashbuckle. It's okay for now. Pure is getting healed up by the Shadow Word. Just the support for support. BetBoom, though, still able to set up onto the tier 1 after that fight.
Mickey did get to take the enemy offlane tower, at least in the meantime. Can they hold their mid tower? Looks like they can.
A decent amount of damage done this time, though, by BetBoom.
Yeah, definitely like the rotation there from Pure. I mean, you have to adapt against the team you're playing against. We all know it. Your Liquids, your Gaimin Gladiators, they play fast. You need to be there. You need to adapt your gameplay. You need to adapt your item build. Pure also looking for the early armlet.
Gonna try and get in onto him. Rage at the ready. Shards off the mark. Save. He's gonna jump in, trying to hold the two of them back with the stun. Gives Pure more than enough space to live.
Very aggressive, but eyes on Mickey in the bottom.
They want this kill. GPK straight in on top of him, the Remnants. Mickey surrounded, they drop the Golem as well. They want this TA dead, and they'll get it. Quick move from BetBoom. No chance of Liquid responding. Solar Guardian was still on cooldown, even if it was up. Might have been a too risky of a move for Saberlight to try and back up Mickey on his own with. Saberlight pushing the wave out pretty far top. TP's now coming in from GPK. Pure trying to start things off. GPK's in with the slight chains. It's caught Ari. By himself a little bit of time with the shackles, but he'll still be going down. Save and Pure, they're still looking to dive in for Boxy. He's got a snowball at the ready. Buy him a little bit of time, catch the two of them with a stun under the tower. Boxy,
block grenade.
It's in. Is it going to kill him? I think it will. Oh, the last tick.
Oh, if he had any tower regen or the stick was available, of course he would live. So Save, very cool guy, getting off the kill with the blood grenade. I mean, Liquid are doing well when it comes to some of the networks, but I think the next couple of minutes, Owen, they could be hard. click on this Darkseer. He's got a Crimson Guard available against a TA Dawnbreaker Pangolier draft.
Yeah, it's this sort of itemization is going to be fantastic here. Going for that straight into the Shivas here from Miro. He knows how to be unkillable. We saw it on his Quap last game and this game. Similar sort of just a style that he's going to bring this sort of beef to the fight that Liquid, in the team fight, what do you sort of do about the Darkseer? Do you just have to try and find these fights where the Darkseer is not around? Because if he's in town here, Miro, he's going to stop everyone from dying.
You either need to try to have like a really good role in Solar Guardian where you just get to fight through the Crimson, or you poke it with something easily, back off, and then look for the re-engage. As of course it does have quite a high cooldown.
So they can catch Pure.
They need him from the high ground.
They've got a good angle. He's already into the Ancient though. Chop the circle wards, we'll be able to block him. They get him out and they get the Hex immediately. TPs are coming in, but Pure's gone.
Good move.
Can they turn this in for more? Vacuum wall in down onto both Ari and Mickey. Jump in for save, straight in on Ari. Ari will fall. Now they can turn towards Mickey as well. The TPs were quick from BetBoom. Miro was ready with that vac wall onto the two of them. Boxy also getting chased out. I mean, they get Pure, but again, these responses from BetBoom, if the TPs are up and available, they're pretty much instant.
Yeah, they are. Liquid are bleeding a lot of kills. Sure, you get the initial go onto Pure, but they will always pay the price. Some wards getting farmed as well. And I like the cheap stuff that BetBoom are going for. You know, it's not just the Crimson. You're getting a double Pavis on your supports because it is a near full physical damage lineup, at least for now, from Liquid.
Yep. I'll see 14-minute power rune coming into play. It's going to end up down bottom. Not anything too exciting, just the invis.
Oh, they're going for a smoke through the gate. They know that Mickey, of course, he respawned and he TP'd into the bottom side, which means he's kind of stuck there.
Let's have a look how much Mickey senses this sort of play coming in.
He did scan, but they might be just barely dodging it out.
Or maybe they were just on the edge of it. Indeed, they don't get scanned out by that scan from Liquid. So Liquid, they're not going to expect this at all. Jumps made on a Boxy. And at the least, this will get the information for the cause of Liquid to get out of this area.
Well, at least they do only lose Boxy. They have a ward that kind of scouted out Mickey, but they feel that he is too deep. Can't really catch him for now. Liquid should be looking for the next round of items. You need the Blink on the Pango, and at least the Desolator on Mickey to like try and cut through something, because he's going to have to hit through double Pavis Crimson Guard.
Yes, you need a lot to be coming out from that initial burst of the TA.
Something else Liquid could look for later is to like kind of draw the attention away from Roche and then maybe go there with your Tusk TA or Tusk TA and Ari on the Rasa.
Saberlight. BetBoom's on the hunt for him.
They dropped a good lane ward into the Surge. Can he flip him back?
He's looking for that dispose.
Oh, got him.
He's going to get it. A Saberlight dead. Straight onto the tier 1 as well, BetBoom. Making these strong, coordinated early game moves. Starting to take over the map a little bit from Liquid. Liquid not really finding opportunities to fight back themselves right now.
It's not easy because if they do look for a play, first of all, you need to commit a lot. And the counterplay from the BetBoom side is no joke. It's Golem, Crimson, Vacuum Wall. There's even like, there's Pure can also save people with the Infest Bomb. Gonna steal an Ancient stack.
And there's the Deso timing. They might even wrap around to dive Boxy here under the tier 2 tower. They'll go straight for him. Another death on Liquid. BetBoom onto tier 2s now here. Just 16 minutes in. BetBoom feeling incredibly strong with these timings. Liquid just not quite ready to fight.
I mean, it's absolutely all BetBoom at this point. They're tanking up on the heroes. They've got the team fight for themselves too. Pure's got their armlet working into the Radiance. I do like what Liquid are potentially trying to do here. You put pressure onto the bottom side, get what you can, force them around.
Oh, looks like Ari was able to farm up a little stack here.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Serpent wards.
I mean, they're just not in an ability or in a position where they can fight BetBoom, right? But if you force BetBoom now to go bottom, maybe you can make a fast move, take over the top area, and look for Roche yourself on Liquid. It would be quite big for them. It's a tough ask.
Let's have a look. And because Mickey is on TA, one of the hot and contested heroes right now. I mean,
it's one of his best heroes, absolutely.
And how does this game sort of look overall with the prospects of a TA being able to carry?
It's fine. I wouldn't say it's amazing, because there's a lot of annoying...
Oh, and they're coming for him. Katomi's ready with the opening, drops the Golem down. Mickey's not getting out of this one. The Solar Guardian's coming in. It's a little bit ambitious here for Saberlight, it feels, because Mickey's dead. Saberlight might be in trouble as well himself as BetBoom will look to chase him. BetBoom's going to have his hands on Ari at the side. The rebound's there to stop the attempted TP out from Saberlight.
Uh-oh.
They might have just wanted to have let that TA go down there. I don't know if there was any world that they were saving Mickey. It looks a bit desperate there from them.
This is some of the trouble. I mean, I see Boxy drawing a lot, maybe trying to set up some of the next moves because, yeah, playing this game at this pace or straight up like this is just not working out. Look at Miro's game. I will say there is a huge reason that when you first pick TA, you're supposed to ban Darkseer at nearly most of the time.
I guess, yeah, Miro's indeed showing us quite the argument for that with how good of a game he's had from that bottom lane. 7-0-9. And as the itemization, absolutely perfect to just completely ruin a lot of the hopes that Liquid would have to get back into this. The Crimson, into the Shivas, and at this sort of progress, especially taking as many objectives that they have from the map, it's going to be a very, very early Shivas guard.
Yeah, you've got the 7k lead now. They've got everything that they kind of want on BetBoom. You've got double Solar Crest. Radiance completed, Crimson. Next up on the line is kind of Roche. I want to see how Liquid want to deal with it. Do they just try to split the map? You've got the Blink now on Nisha. I believe it's flying out to him, so he's more mobile when it comes to the map.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As BetBoom, they're just swarming the map.
Save.
Insta break on the smoke.
Yeah. I mean, did Liquid want to try and do something here, or do they just want to get out? They might want to just leave Ari. Ari's actually going to get the chance to drop the Serpent wards down. Liquid, they're considering if they want to try and catch something in return. They'll find their attention over towards Katomi, so that's the Warlock gone. But Miro, he's got his hands on Mickey. Drags him back into the wall. Mickey will get a trap down to try and slow them. Good sharp block as well from Boxy, trying to stop the chase. Solar Guardian heals coming in for Mickey, but he's getting surrounded by GPK and Save. That's Mickey gone. Saberlight's going to try for the TP out. He will make it. Nothing to put a stop to that one. And meanwhile, under the tower, Pure looking for Nisha. Nisha gets the blink off just in time. So able to sort of cut their losses there on that one, Liquid, but it's still Mickey going down, and the TA is their big hope right now to have a chance of turning this one. Items are going to continue to fly out for BetBoom as they take out this second tier 2, or at least force out the fortification, get Pure very close to having that Radiance. It's only a few hundred gold away for him on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, it's on to Liquid to try and stabilize the map. Like, keep pushing out the side lanes, maybe play some wards in between, because the 5-on-5, you cannot take it. I believe it is just not possible anymore. Nisha still having a good game, 1-0-3 on the Pango, but he needs the Axe. They need more items on Liquid. They need to stall the game.
Yeah, there it is. 20-minute Armlet Radiance for Pure. Some time as well if they want to look up top and take the Tormentor.
Yeah, poor man's shield as well, as if it's already not hard enough to kill these heroes. Might be looking far ahead into the future, but if you're Liquid,
yep,
I wouldn't be surprised if they're talking about, okay guys, we need to slow down the game, split the map, and eventually get to like 1 or 2 more rounds of items, the Ags on the Pango, and an eventual Nullifier. Without doing this, like without splitting them up, or at least having the Nullifier in the 5-on-5 to cut through the double barrier of the Solar Crest and the Crimson, I don't see how they can fight. They need to outmaneuver BetBoom on the map and give themselves more time.
And for now, Liquid having both supports sort of in position between
Pure
potential
did
moves.
this yesterday where he was on some Wisdom Shrine. He didn't take it and someone went for the steal. Would give me a giggle if it happened again. For now, he's just clearing some creep waves in his little Prowler friend. The good old BSJ cosplay.
There we go. Into the pit.
Boxy did get out some good wards. He knows this is happening.
I mean, he's going to go for the steal, right?
Yeah, I'm not surprised if they even drop a Dawn ult with him to just like try to make it happen.
Let's have a look.
Can he do it?
Can he read sort of the timing? He's a little too early at the moment.
He's still making time. He's giving good space to his team.
Katomi's going to try and stop the blink play. Box is in good spot here. If he goes about now, it'd be pretty good.
Oh!
He's not going to be able to. Oh, he's going to try, but it's a little too late. Can he actually get away from this Boxy? He cannot. So the idea was there, but the execution not quite early enough. Oh, well, that's kind of cute. Never mind, vacuum's there.
It's still good stuff. Like, even though it doesn't work out, it's one hero that's making sure for BetBoom that they need to keep everyone in the split. It's not just ensure the kill.
True, it's not sort of a situation where BetBoom can get the Roche, immediately TP out to split the lanes.
Exactly. Because at least in the last 2 minutes, you know, Liquid, they did get to hold the map. It's at least one of the things you have to do. You give up Roche, but you need to put the map in a position where you make it hard for BetBoom to immediately go for the play.
A very difficult position for Liquid to be in, but we have seen them fight their way out of some tough spots so far in the tournament. Nisha. The move would dispel the smoke of the two of them, GPK and Katomi.
Good old chain gang. Root, vacuum.
Can buy some time here with the snowball, but no chance to blink out.
Will die in the mid tier 2. Nisha pings out the mid wave. He wants to cut the incoming wave from BetBoom here to try and stop the push. Will be able to do so.
We'll see again on the replay there. That nice little attempt from Boxy to live as he was able to push his way up to the high ground. But of course, Vacuum was ready to drag him back down.
It did have a little bit of a chuckle. We've got the Ags completed for Saber and the Pike on Mickey. They do, you know, Liquid do have the items to like help themselves to split the map, right? You've got multiple Blink Daggers, you've got the Pike available. So they, of course, understand the memo.
They just got to try and prepare everything possible for the high ground defense.
Yep.
Obviously, down the line, they could get some crazy items, you know, Boxy. The Aghanim is obviously a very distant dream.
Yep. But it is a dream.
It is a dream, available. You know, those dreams can become real.
It looks like BetBoom. Well, the best answer to split push is to just force the enemy back into their base.
Oh, Boxy. It's going to get caught outside of the base.
Oh, Nisha, he's closing in on the Ags, but he's not close enough. They will forfeit this Rax by the looks of it.
Yeah, just all in on trying to prepare for the bigger defense. Slow them down for now with the fortification, and maybe see if they can poke them back. I mean, they have made their way all the way to the tier 3 on the bottom lane.
They will go into the mid-racks, but for Liquid, they are getting a Crystallis on Mickey soon.
Yep.
And the Aghanim Scepter on Nisha. These are big items.
I mean, we're going to get some TPs back here. We will now. So just going to be GPK to deal with the push on the bottom lane.
Well, of course, he can return at any point to his team when he wishes to the Remnant.
Liquid making these sort of calls. Like, we got to let these objectives go, see what they can at least pick up before they put everything together for their final attempt at holding them back.
You will fight this Rax. You're not getting any bigger timings if you wait for the third Rax.
Yeah, as you said, they're going to have the crit, and they're going to have the Aghanims.
I mean, I still see Mickey on the map.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the TP.
Nisha. He's going to try and get in onto save, but he's going to have to go outside of the base for this. They do get the Hex and Shackle in onto Pure. That's him gone the once. Solar Guardian coming in. They've caught GPK here. GPK able to jump out with the Remnant. So they get the Aegis out of BetBoom. Nisha. Roll up. Is caught by the chains. Anything to get him out of this. Boxy's going to try and jump on. Nisha's able to swashbuckle up the high ground. Shield crashes back in, but Nisha's dead. Sableye had the Starbreaker hit onto GPK. Damage coming in from Mickey, but the shields are up on GPK. He's fine. 3 dead on Liquid as Katomi gets the double kill here with the Golem. Miro jumping in, looking for Ari. Mickey will be able to get back into the fountain just in time, but he's the only one left alive here on Liquid. They do have a few buybacks to play with, but BetBoom, they'll have the space to keep the push going. Onto the mid-tier 3. And when fortification comes out, Mickey trying to clear out the Golem. It's very close to succeeding in doing so. He's caught by the chains. Quick force backwards. Jump forward from Boxy, gets the punch up. That's the first buyback here from Liquid coming out on Ari. The rest of them should be able to wait. Now clear up the Golem and get that gold at least. Miro leading him with the Shivas. Mickey on the front of the fight. He's going to get dragged back by the vacuum. They're going to try and save him. Mickey.
Pike in 2.
Snowball buying time for the Pike called down to come back up. Drag him in, gets the chance for the blink out. Boxy will lose his life for that one though. But Mickey survives.
Uh-oh. Ari should be okay.
BetBoom, they'll back off. A little bit of breathing room for Liquid. Only back off momentarily though. BetBoom, they're ready to come back in. Pure caught by the Hex. Wants to get the job done here in the mid and we'll find it. Finishes off the melee Rax. BetBoom now, do they want to stick around for more? Maybe seeing if anyone steps outside of the base. Liquid's got to be careful. BetBoom, they're ready to jump back in if Liquid step out.
Oh, it is very, very costly for Liquid. They lose nearly 2 entire sets of racks. A lot of gold injected into BetBoom here. 14k lead at the 27-minute mark.
BetBoom, I think they're going to be ready to come straight back at them. Here's the smoke. See who they can find from Liquid that's sort of dared to stray outside of the base. Both Saberlight and Mickey are out here right now. Mickey. Here's the Hurricane Pike. They've found him. There's no saving the TA. That's Mickey gone. Does not have the buyback gold. 170 short. He's out for a minute. BetBoom, they're ready to push on for more. Make the jump over to Nisha. He's got the roll up. That physical damage just coming in, bringing them so low. He's going to try and roll away from them. BetBoom, of course, have the creeps coming in, so they'll be able to finish off the mid-set. And with Tier 2 already gone on the bottom lane, they can swing round. Very close to starting to be able to look towards those mega creeps here. Saberlight is trying to cut the wave for now, but they still have this wave pressure coming in on the mid and the top. BetBoom against Liquid's base. So BetBoom, they can keep the push going.
Liquid need to put up a defense here. You can't do anything on the map here, Saber. If you try to cut some waves, it won't do you any good.
Saberlight. He's going to get caught here by the opening. He's in trouble. The bash comes in. He gets Snowball saved for now. Saberlight, the golem dropped on the 2 of them. He's out. Does have buyback, the 2 of them. Still need a few seconds until Mickey's back in. So the Guardian setup coming in, but the save's there. Save's able to bring him out with the rebound. They get the change to hold back both of them. Mickey moves forward. Miro drops the wall for now. No, they'll back away from this Liquid. Backdoor protection coming into play. Bottom racks are safe for now. Slight change once more. Pure's moving in straight on Ari. The vacuum into the rebound. They come in with the jump big time. Mickey trying to scramble back to safety, but Pure and Save are ready to chase him down. 3 dead, 4 dead on Liquid. Nobody with the buybacks. GG is called as BetBoom take game 2. And with that, the series 2-0 to move on to the grand finals to play against Gaimin Gladiators.
BetBoom, really, their progression through this tournament has been kind of astonishing even. They're playing...